and I have Uniswap's V3 pool as well, and it takes the square root of that. Because how exactly Uniswap is showing this big number like this. Hey everyone, welcome back to WebDev Solutions. Today in this video, we are gonna see what exactly is square root price x96 or else square root price ratio as well. Like both are the same thing. So in the previous video, we have seen like how we can create Uniswap pools using Hardhat. If you didn't watch it, the link will be in the description so that you can get to know like how you can easily create pools of Uniswap V3 in Hardhat. Okay, using Hardhat especially. So in that video, I have said that I'll be explaining slot 0 of the Uniswap V3 pools. So today I'm going to explain square root price x96, which is of Uniswap V3 pool. Okay. Now I have opened the current contract of Uniswap pool, which is of WETH and USDC. Okay. This is the contract of WETH and USDC pool. So all the links which I'll be showing here are in the description so that you can just directly click over there and come over here. Okay. So if you don't know like how you can get the pool contract over here, I'll make a separate video on that. So make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon. Okay. So that you never miss an update. So now let's get started. As you can see, I have opened Uniswap over here and I have Uniswap's WETH USDC pool as well. Pool's contract where the data is stored. Okay. Where the data about these things are being stored. So I have bit of code over here. So just don't worry about this code. I'm just importing and doing the stuff. Just don't worry about that. First of all, I'll get the square root price ratio of ETH and USDC from the contract. So let me query it first. I'll copy this thing over here and I'll paste it over here. Okay. And as well as I'll copy the exchange rate as well. Like meaning if I provide 1 WETH, how many USDC I get. So if I provide 1 WETH, I get USDC of 2668. Okay. So as you can see, this takes first reserve 1, meaning the amount of token 1, and reserve 0, meaning the amount of token 0, meaning like if you provide 1 WETH, you get this many USDC. You can like take any of the examples and pools. In this video, I'm gonna like use USDC WETH, meaning USDC is the token 0, meaning reserve 0. Okay. So I'm putting that in the second one and the WETH in the first one like that. So now let's see what exactly it's doing. Okay, so this is what is stored in contract. So here it takes the reserve 0 and reserve 1 and it divides the reserve 1 by reserve 0. Okay, and it takes the square root of that, because of which it is like square root price of x96. Okay, x96 is just a number which is raised to the power 2, meaning like it is 2 power 96. So after this, we are multiplying it by 2 power 96. Now we might ask what like why exactly we are taking 2 power 96 itself? Because 2 power 96 is very sufficient amount of precision. Like it has very sufficient precision so that we can store the price square root, like square root price of these two tokens for a pool. Okay, this is efficient for storing as well as gas usage as well. Like it is efficient for gas usage by the pool as well. Okay, you can think of it like that. So we are multiplying it by 2 power 96 and we are taking the integer value, meaning like if there is any decimal places over here, we will just round off, meaning if it is 5 and above, we'll just take 1 over here, like we just round off to the next number like that. So what I'll do is, if you remember, we used the same code to provide liquidity to the Uniswap pools in the previous video. Okay, as I said, if you didn't watch that, make sure you watch it first. So now let us run this file and let us see like what exactly it's returning. Like we should see the same values because we are calculating this. We are calculating this, which is square root price 96 by taking the exchange rate which is shown in the UI. Okay, so let's see that. And this repo, right, like this code is in the same repo which I used before, like in the previous video, to create Uniswap pools. Okay, in the same repository I'm creating another file and using it. Okay, so this also linked in the description, you can just use it from there. Okay, so now let us see the result. Okay, as you can see, this is almost the same 1533. You just don't worry about like other precisions. Okay, although they are important, but we just need to like notice the first 5 to 6 digits. As you can see, it is almost the same. It is a big change because the contract updates you like instantly, but the UI takes a bit time. It's like even if there's a millisecond time difference, this variable, like this variable's values will be different. Okay, because of which there is a bit difference over here, a small bit. Okay, so this is how it is being calculated. Like now let us see how exactly Uniswap is showing this big number like this. As you can see, the variable is like this big number. But how exactly it is showing like this in the UI? Okay, so now let us see that. Okay, so let's come to Excalidraw. The link will be in the description. Okay, I'll provide this link as well. So I'm using the same formula of square root price 96, which we are using over here. Okay, the same formula I have it over here. So what it does is like we are taking the square root price multiplied by 2 power 96. The same thing what we are doing there. Okay. So here what we were doing, like what we are doing is square root price x96 equals square root of price multiplied by 2 power 96. And after that I'll just take this expression over here to the left, and we are left out with the square root over here. So what I'll do is I'll just square it both the sides. So this square root goes off with this square. Okay. So we are left out with square in this side over here, as you can see over here. Okay, so I have like changed it in a way like so that we can get the price of these pool. Okay, pool meaning the tokens. Okay, so I have the same formula which can be used to calculate the price. Okay, you can use the same formula for calculating like price of any tokens in the pool. Okay, like any pool you can use that, the same formula over here. Okay, so this number is not same as what I just copied because it's a bit older one, meaning like it's around half an hour back one. Okay, so this is the older one over here. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. You can take the any number of any pool, meaning like any square root price ratio, and calculate the price. So now let's calculate it. I'm applying the same formula. As you can see, I'm dividing our square root price x96 by 2 power 96, and we are raising by 2. Okay, power 2 we are doing, and the number is like this. You can just copy paste this expression over in the Google, and you will get the like answer like what exactly it results in. So after that what we were doing is like we get the price over here. As you can see, this number which is showing over here is neither related to the UI or nor relating to the contract over here. But how do we get that? What we can do is we can like just ignore this left part for now. We just have to divide the number which we got over here, which is nothing but the price, not the actual price of any of the tokens. But what we can do is we can divide this by the decimals division, meaning like the decimals of wheat, meaning like the token one is wheat. Wheat decimals is 18, meaning like 1 after 18 zeros, which is represented in 10 power 18, the same thing, 1 after 18 zeros. And we divide it by 10 power 6, which is the like USDC has 6 decimals, meaning like 1 after 6 zeros. Okay, so we are dividing 18 by 6, and we just have to remove zeros, like which will result in 10 power 12. Okay, we just have to complete this expression first. You can just paste in Google, and after that we get this variable over here. Okay, so let's compute further. So okay, so what we do is we divide this number by the result over here. So as you can see over here, we got 1 USDC is equal to how many wheat we can get. It is showing over here. As you can see, we just calculated the amount of wheat which we can get by providing 1 USDC. Now let us see whether this number is actual or not. Okay, you can calculate again like by yourself as well. The link will all this in the description. Okay, so let's see this. Let's provide 1 USDC. As you can see, we have 0.00036. Okay, so now let's compare it with the upper number. As you can see, it's a bit different, meaning like just as it was before, as many swaps have been done, the prices will fluctuate a lot, like because of which the numbers are a bit different, but it's the same. Like you can apply the formula and just change this decimals and change this square root price 96. You'll get the answer. So now you got how many wheat you can get by 1 USDC. But now how you do calculate, like how do you calculate how many USDC you get per wheat? Okay, for that what you can do is you can just divide this number, meaning like you can just divide 1 by this number so that we get like 1 wheat. Okay, so this is a normal calculation we used to do many of the times, like we just have to reciprocal it by like divide it by 1, and we'll get the amount of USDC. Okay, I have the same calculation over here. As you can see, this is 0.00038. The same thing over here. As you can see, if we provide 1 week, we get 2630 USDC. Okay, this is what it gets. Okay, so let's see if it's actually correct. It might not be that accurate. Yeah, as the swaps have been made, it's a bit fluctuated now. Okay, as you can see, even now it's fluctuating. Okay, so this is how the Uniswap UI is showing us the price exchange ratio, meaning like the exchange rate of these two tokens by just using this big number. Okay, so I hope the video was helpful and you got to know like how this is showing this and what exactly is square root price ratio and why we are multiplying it with 2 power 96 and all. Okay, so if you have any doubts, make sure to put it down in comments. I'll answer them, and make sure to subscribe to our channel as well. It helps a lot. Okay, so this is it. Thank you for watching.